Hello, Garry families. Welcome to this week's episode of the Garry 5, where we bring our Garry home to your home. This week we're talking about math testing. We've got so much important and exciting things to cover, so I'm going to throw it over to Dr. Watson. What do you have for us?
I'm going to jump right in, Devony. I want to talk about map testing that is going to start tomorrow. You can see the schedule right behind me, and testing will happen in extended advisory classes. And I want to talk, what is the purpose of MAP? So first of all, MAP stands for Measures of Academic Progress. Just exactly how it sounds. We're trying to take a dipstick, so to speak, and find out where are our kids at right now in terms of English language arts, math, and science. But the key word for MAP testing is this word right here, growth. We take this test right now because we have an interest in educators of knowing where are our students at right here on September 19th. Where are they at in terms of grade level standards? And then we want to know how well they're going to grow academically through the course of the year. Because that's what we're responsible for, is regardless if some students are behind and they're not at grade level, maybe some kids are advanced and beyond grade level. The question for educators is, whatever level the students are at, how are we going to impact instruction so students grow? That's what our question is right now. So we actually do MAP testing 3 times a year. We'll do it in September, we'll do it in January, and we'll also do it in April. And we're going to be measuring from September to January, how far did the students grow? Did they have half a year's worth of growth? That's what we want. And then by the time we get to the end of the year, did they have a full year's worth of academic growth or 9 months worth of growth? That's what we're trying to find out. So I want to share a little bit some results for you that I'm pretty excited about, because this is a test that everybody is doing in middle school, and it is a benchmark that our school board is very interested in and our superintendent's very interested in, and rightly so, because we have accountability too. As a principal, I need to be held accountable to students growing. And what are our teachers doing to make sure kids are learning? That's what we work on for Monday's collaborative time, is how are we helping our kids grow? So our data is pretty impressive, and I'm going to share some of these district results from last year. If you can look at this chart here, and I'll move it up to the camera, what you see is literacy growth from last year. Now, this chart represents the 9 different middle schools, and Garry is the orange one right here. That means we had the 4th highest growth in literacy out of all the middle schools. Now, let's be careful with this percentage right here. That's hard to read, that says 46%. That doesn't mean only 46% grew. We had a lot more than that. But this measures, did they meet their projected growth? All students have a different projected growth rate, and we're trying to get kids to grow to their potential. Well, 46% of our kids grew to their potential. And I need that number to be a lot better. Matter of fact, I want us to be up here at the top. Well, let's look at how it panned out in math. You can see math right here. Again, Garry, pretty impressive. We're 4th out of all the 9 schools right here, but my interest is that I work with my teachers and we get a lot better. And I unfortunately don't have the science data here with us. So let's all get together and support our students taking the MAP test seriously. And I'm going to have Devony jump in and tell us, what are you doing, Devony, to help your kids prepare for MAP and to understand their growth potential?
One of the things I do is make sure I get my students here on time. I drive them, so that is so important. They need to be here. They start testing really early in the day, so make sure they're here on time. And talk to them about eating a good breakfast with some protein. Helps them to be able to test better. And then just preparing them tonight, talk about what it is they're going to be doing and why it's so important. And with my kids, I love this because it's about their individual growth. We talk a lot about, doesn't matter what anybody else is doing, you can grow. I have a kiddo with special needs who really struggles. He might not ever meet a 4 in an SBAC test, but he can grow. And my daughter is really advanced, and she's always up here. And every time I get a score, I'm like, she got an A, but is she growing? And so this is going to be able to show them through the year. They can track it, and they can see, am I growing? Am I learning? So we are so excited for you to be able to take that journey with your students. And we will talk to you later in the year about this again, but thank you for joining us this week. If you have questions or concerns, reach out. Otherwise, we are so excited for your student to start their growth here in Spokane, Garry for this year. Bye, guys.
Thanks for joining us.